Hello and welcome to this Cloud Animator tutorial where we're going to show you how to create your own custom presentation from scratch. So instead of using one of the pre-made templates inside, today I'm going to show you how to build your own interactive presentation, your own interactive project with your own custom materials. So we're going to create a project like this one. I'm going to play it back. You'll notice that this project has music incorporated, it has sound clips, and it also has TTS voices inside. So let me play this from the start.
How to protect our environment.
So the cool thing about this project is that it has interactivity where I can click on one of these icons and it'll bring me to that specific page. I can go back
How to protect our environment.
and click on another one and you'll see that it pronounces the name of that scene.
Energy.
Okay, so it's a very easy project to create. We're going to explore some of the cool features on how to arrange not just the sound clips, but also the icons to appear inside the timeline, but without going into the advanced mode. We're going to leave this for other tutorials, more advanced tutorials. So let's start. I'm going to open my Cloud Animator here. And the first thing I want to do is add a background. So I'm going to go into the Asset Manager here, and I'm going to click on the background area. So I have templates for the background, but I wish to use my own. So I'm going to go to Custom, and I can upload. Okay, I can upload my own JPEG or PNG. But I do also have a folder here on my desktop, I believe, and I can grab one of these images and I can drop them. Just make sure that you are inside your background folder, okay? And then it's just a matter of dragging your image in and it'll load into your background. So if I wish to fill the entire canvas of my scene, I simply have to go to the first scene here and click on Settings, and I will give the scene a name, Menu, and I will also turn off the scene autoplay because I do not wish it to continue automatically. I want to be able to click on that icon and only then I want it to switch to scene. So scene time, I will give this 15 and full canvas. Okay, so that is looking good. So what else? What about that title? We can add that text right now, or I can go ahead and add my images. So before, in previous tutorials, I added my own images and I did this one at a time. What I'm going to do this time here is I'm going to batch upload. So I'm going to select several images and I'm just going to drag and drop them into my custom image folder. And voila, they're already added. Okay, so I'm going to follow the same order we have: air, energy, and water. So I will select air here and drag it in. I will also select water. And I believe energy is the last one. Yes, I'm sorry. Energy is the second one and water is the last one. Okay, so let me show you a little trick. Notice that if I grab one of these icons and I'm moving them around, these red lines appear. These lines help me center my icons. So right about there, I have a vertical red line and a horizontal red line. This means that my image is perfectly centered into my scene. So I can use this as a reference point. Great. So let's work on the size of my image. So let me do this. I'm going to remove these. Okay. And I'm going to make sure this one is centered here. And I will also make sure that my image is scaled down to 70%. So how do I do this? Make sure it's selected, go to Scale, and type in 0.7. That's going to give it 70%. No, not 10.7, 0.7. And that should be it, okay? And I have it centered. So I think I could work with that. So if I wish to duplicate that, I can. And why am I duplicating it? Because I have that size already. So then it's just a matter of going into my images and selecting the one I wish to replace it with, like that one, okay? Or I can simply just drag that other image and do it manually. So it's pretty quick. Great. Let me center this last one, and I think we should be ready. Great. So what's next? I think then the other part is adding that text on top and the text to speech. So I'm going to go to text. I will type in protect your environment. how to protect our environment. How to protect our environment. Okay, that should look okay. So we're going to bring this to the top. We're going to center it right about there. And we're also going to give this a bold. I can also increase the font size here, or I can give it a specific value. And lastly, I think we need, hold up, we need the font. Where is my font? I wish to use this one here, Laundrina Sketch. Great. And the color. So I can use the color wheel or the color picker, and I can choose a specific tone of green. Great, I think that will look okay. So let me expand this a bit, and I think that looks nice. I like it. And let me center it right about there. That should look okay. I think that green is a bit off, so let me choose that real green, and we should be okay with that now. Okay, so the next thing I wish to do is I want these icons to appear. I want them to appear every 2 seconds. So the first one, remember that when we played this project back, the first one played after 2 seconds, I think. Right here, it's about to appear. Okay, and then the fourth and the third one, and the second and the third one. So how do I make those appear? It's fairly simple. Select your icon here and notice, go down to the timeline. So we have second 0, 1, 2, 3, and so forth. So I will drag this appearance bar per se of that icon, and I will make sure that it starts on second 2. Then I will click on energy, drag this to second 4. That should be second 4, yes. And then lastly, water, second 6. Okay, so now when I play these back, we'll have second 2, second 4, and then second 6. Great. So we need also the ding, that little sound that we have. So it's very easy to add that. Make sure your time scrub is on second 2, and then we're going to go into the sound clips. We have background music, sound clips, and we have several sound clips in here. So I'm in custom folder. I don't have anything for custom. I'm going to go to template for now, and I will add that bell. I think it's the second one. Nope. First one. There we go. That's it. So make sure your time scrub is at that position, and I just click on it, and it'll add automatically. Then move the time scrub to that next one, second 4, and add, and then the last one, add. So we can play this back. Very easy. Okay, so what about that text, that original text here? I want to give this a text-to-speech, right? So it's very, very easy. Go into my asset manager and click on text-to-speech, and inside we have a lot of languages you can use, and each language also has different voices. So I can choose, let's say, US English female, and I could type in how to protect our environment, and I can listen to this.
How to protect our environment.
Very cool. Okay, so this is very, very practical because as you notice, I'm basically calling this text-to-speech from the server, and I don't have to do this with my own voice. I can just type in my text, and it's very quick, and I just add that clip. So at the end, I can choose this English male. Let's see.
How to protect our
I
environment.
like it. I can increase the pitch and the speed just as a test.
How to protect our environment.
No, that's not going to work. Let's go back to 0. Okay, and I like the original one, so let's just add it. And because I have my time scrub at the beginning, it'll add from the start. Okay, you can see it down here, so I can play this.
How to protect our environment.
Great, very, very easy. Okay, so one of the things I like to mention is that because you cannot control audio clips or even background music inside your stage here, that is the main reason why we go down to the timeline. So I can use this zoom in, zoom out tool here, okay, to enlarge my timeline, and that way I know this lasts for 15 seconds and I can see the whole project there. And I can also choose to open specific tracks. I can show the soundtrack for the sounds I have. I can also show the track for text-to-speech, the beginning here. And I also have a track for background, okay? So the background here is appearing from the very beginning. Okay, great. Let's go to the next scene. So what I need to do now is I want to add another scene. So I can simply go to create new scene, and I want to add that background again. So let me go to settings, and I will name this one air, and I will turn off the autoplay. I will give this 15 seconds also, and I need that background image. So let me go to background image, custom. We can drop in the same one. And we need this to fill canvas. Okay, great. And let's add that icon. So I'm going to go into air, and I can reduce this to 70% again. And I think that looks okay. Centered? Yep, that will do right about there. So let's start adding my text. Or better yet, remember that at the beginning of this of the second scene, when I click on it, it says air. Hold up, let me turn this up a bit.
How to protect our environment.
Not that one.
Air.
Air, okay? At the very beginning it says air. So we can do that too. Let me double check that this is not appearing.
Air.
No, at second 0, that's when it says air. So I'm going to select that, make sure that it's going to appear on second 0. And we will do the same for the text-to-speech. I'm going to drop in air. Okay, I'm going to use the same English male. Play this.
Air.
Okay, and I'm going to add. But careful, I have the time scrub here at 0.6, so make sure it's at the very beginning before you apply. Okay, so now we have
air.
Okay, and now we can start working on the text that will appear, just like in this one here. So when does the first one appear? This appears on second 1, then we have second 2, second 3. So every second we're having a text appear. So it's pretty easy. I simply go into text, and I want to add this text here. I want to add a specific text, and I wrote this already. This is for air. So I have this notepad here. I'm going to copy this. I can also use Control-C for on a PC computer, and I can also use Command-C for Mac. So if I have my text selected, go to the text box. I'm working on a Mac here, so I'm going to Command-V, and that will paste that text, and then I can fix this up. I can just manually arrange that size. I'll leave the font and everything. The color, I wish to use the same green I had before. I like that green. Okay, great. So that's my first one. Now I can drop in another text, but we can just, instead of going through Scratch and doing everything all over again, I am going to duplicate, bring down, and then simply replace that text. Very quick. So copy or Command V, and then Command C, I'm sorry, and then Command V. This one might look a bit longer, so let me try to bring this down for the train. Okay, and because if I wish to indent this or train, I can go to the text box and just space, and I also want to bring the spacing closer, the line spacing. So just go to your text area here, line spacing, and bring them closer together, just like that. Okay, that looks good. And duplicate that last one, bring it down. Oh, we have 2 more. Okay, it's going to be done very quickly. So this is the advantage of reusing your assets. You don't have to be building everything from scratch again. Just copy and duplicate. And this is gonna save you a lot of time. So we're going to be doing the same technique with the scene. The idea again is that you don't have to be creating everything all the time from scratch. You can grab something that you already completed, and then you can customize that. So let me bring this up. Keep your car. See, if you drive, keep your car space in good condition. And bring this closer. And that should look okay, right? I can always rearrange these just to ensure that we're doing a good job. Okay, keep your car. Let's bring this one down. All right. Still, we might need to work on this last one. So in good condition, maybe, if we drop condition a bit. Okay, let's bring this up, and bring this up. Or down. All right, so that looks okay. I might want to drop the text, the font size here for this one. So bear with me, because I am trying to figure out what would be the best way to arrange this. I think that would be okay. Let's try that. Okay, so let's make these appear one at a time. So I'm going to select the first one, drag for second 0. Remember, the beginning has to be at second 0. Then the second one, that would be second 2. The third one, second 3. And then the fourth one, or second 4. Okay, so if we'll play this back, click outside.
Air.
Very nice, very nice. And of course, these don't have that click inside, right? They don't. Okay, so what else are we missing? We're missing that back button. So it's very simple. We simply have to, I think, wait, hold up. Before we continue, I like this to be properly done. Let me rearrange the font size here. 24, 24, and 24. Okay, now that looks much better. So we want to add that icon to the bottom. We want to add that back icon. So if you want to add in that, you can bring in your own custom icon, or you can always go into the folder that we have. We have a folder that allows you to choose any vector icon inside, and you can reuse that. So simply go to your assets folder here, click on shape, and we have a bunch of buttons inside. So I think I know which one I like. It should be down here somewhere. Shapes or something? No, not that. Icon line. Right there, back. So I'm going to select this one, bring it in. I'm going to scale it down. Okay, and I want to change the color. So you guessed it, I want to change into that green color. But notice, if I want to change the color of an icon, I can't use the color picker for text. I need to go down, and I need to choose that specific color picker, or that color down here. So let me choose that green. And we are ready. Okay, good. So what else can we do? I wish to add a link into this back icon. So this will basically be a command action to return my project. When people click on that, return it to my main menu. So I select it, go to the shape settings here, and there's an option that says link. And then choose scene, and I can choose it to go to the main menu. Okay, so every time you click on that, it'll take you back to the main menu, just like we have here. Okay, and I think the only thing I'm missing at the end is that little text that says back down here. So let me add that in. Drop the font a bit. And now, because this is a text, I can use this tool here And I think that should look okay. Let me arrange it a bit. All right, so great. Now what do we do? Okay, so we have our menu. We have our main menu here. Let me click on it. We have our main menu that's opening, and then we have our second one. And we wish to do the one for energy and the one for water. So I can start everything from scratch again with the one that I have here. Or I can simply duplicate it or and then reuse it and customize it. I can also choose if I want to save it into my scenes manager here. We have a scenes manager. I can save it custom, and this will allow me to reuse it later on. So one last thing before I go on, notice that because I had my time scrub and on second 5 or something when I added this back button will appear until then. So let me bring this forward. So that way we ensure that it will be there from the very start. The same with that back text. So it's easy. It's good to make these mistakes when we're doing these tutorials. That way you can learn from them and try to avoid them. So the first step is how do we repeat this scene? Well, let's just duplicate it. I can copy that. Or I can do something else. I could add to favorite scenes, and this will save it in my scene manager under the customs area. So right there, customs, it just saved it. So the next time I wish to use this in the future, I can always just select it, and it'll duplicate it automatically for me. But remember, it's got the same name. So you want to go to settings. This one will be energy, right? And it has all the same settings that we had for the previous one. So I don't have to worry about having to rearrange the canvas and all that and the background. So the only thing I need to do, obviously, is to customize it. I'm going to replace this with energy. I will also be replacing each text with the energy text that we have saved here. So I'm going to go to the first one, Command V. I'm going to go to the second one, replace it, Command C, then Command V, and then the third one, same deal, Command C and Command V. Very, very quick. I don't have to start from scratch. Let's get rid of this one. And voila, we are almost done. Just rearrange them a bit. This one will be the first one, second one, and the third one. Okay, so if I play this back, you'll notice that they will appear one at a time. So this one said air, remember, because we were still running on that first text-to-speech. I'm going to go here. So let me delete that one. Remember, click on the text-to-speech track, the script track here. This will highlight it. Highlight the track, select it, and then you'll get the delete option. So get rid of it. Okay, stop, play from the start, go to text-to-speech, add energy, and that should do it.
Energy.
Okay, so when we play this back, hold up, let me double check. Did I add it properly? So I was playing with it, right? Let me apply. So now we have our script down here.
Energy.
All right. So very, very easy. So if I wish to do the last one, you can imagine I just duplicate and then I continue with the customizing. So let me do this quick and then we could continue with this. All right, so now we have our 3 scenes completed. We have air, energy, and water. And the last thing I need to do is add music to my project. So for music, I can simply go down here to the music background. And if I click on template, you'll hear that we have several music tracks that you can use. Okay, but I wish to custom and upload my own track. So it's very simple. Again, make sure that you're inside the background music folder, inside custom, and then open one of your folders here. I have that track. This is a free free play music I have. Make sure that you're not violating any copyrights and bring this in. and this will upload automatically, and it'll start playing that song, that track, in the entire project. Later you can customize if you wish to loop that music track or if you want it to play just once. So it's very simple. Also need to make sure you're following certain limitations. For example, you can't go over 6 megabytes for the size of that track, which should be enough for a project. And how do I know that if I have a track? You'll notice that down here we do not have an option for the music track. So it's very simple. Go to background music settings down in the assets manager, and here you should be able to see the song once you add it up. So I just uploaded it. It's uploaded. Now if I wish to add it to my project, I'll just click on it. I'll go to the very first slide I have here. I'll click on it, and now this will load into my entire project.
How to protect our environment.
Very nice. So if I click on my music settings, you'll see the name of my track, and I can choose to play once or just loop over and over again, and you can also adjust the volume. Great. So that's it for our project. It looks very nice. The last thing I need to do is obviously to save. So I'm going to add how to protect our environment. And let's see, environment. I can also choose a thumbnail. I wish to use the same menu thumbnail we have. Save as, and we should be okay. Once your project is already saved, then you simply click on preview, and you can preview all pages, and then you will be able to preview your final project.
How to protect our environment.
All right. So that's it for this tutorial. We hope you can use some of these steps to uploading and using, creating your own templates and using your own custom materials to create interactive projects from scratch. So stick around, we're going to have more tutorials later on. These will cover some of the advanced modes on how to arrange the animations and everything else. Okay, thank you for watching. Enjoy.